it's working. You know, I'm not gonna talk too long. Kind of really just getting my story really quick and what made me do this thing. Yeah, so I cut hair, professional hairstylist. Cut a lot of professional athletes, and I really don't cut much anymore. Just, you know, I really only cater to my professional athletes, and it kind of worked to my advantage. A lot of people, and I will say this all the time, you guys always hear me say this, a lot of people, and the reason why I started this company, because a lot of people tell you can't do this, can't do that, can't do this, can't do that, right? That's what they tell you all the time. You gotta be smart, you gotta go to school, you gotta get your grades, you know, or, you know, you have to come from a rich family. That's not true, okay? You really don't need to be smart to make money. All right, and honestly, you have to really ask yourself, you know, what it is that you're doing right now is going to take you to that next level. So, you know, if the funny thing is that anyone in this room that's a leader in this business right now can tell you that, you know, the safe route is definitely not school. Seriously. Now, I was going through school thinking I was living some fancy fairy tale world, and honestly, that, you know, when I graduated, I was going to get a good job and be a millionaire. Newsflash: no millionaire you know has a job. They all own a business. And I don't know why we were being taught this our entire life. You know, but I kind of heard about the economy, obviously, like all of us did. Look around, okay, it's out there. Heard I was in the crapper, heard how it sucked, all right? And I was like, that can't be me. You know what I mean? That can't be me. I was in denial, like a lot of us. But guess what? It really hits home when you see one of your best friends, student body president, 4.0, Dean's List, okay, president's fraternity, graduate, and then guess what? He's working at Best Buy for $12 an hour. I saw all my friends, all they had was student loan debt, okay, making about $500 a week, clock in, clock out, 9 to 5, 40-hour work week, right? Snapchat me from their cubicle, telling me how much they hated all week. Saturday comes around, like Kim said, turn up. Sunday, watch football, mope around, and then Monday, go back to work, guys. And people do that their entire life. Go to work, go home, go to work, go home, you know, save 401k and then die. You know, the average retirement rate is what, 74? All right, people are working longer than that. So I had to make a decision. I saw that, you know, I'm not bashing that. That's what people do. People do that, and that's cool if you want to do that. But for me, that's not what I wanted to do. So, like, I was literally looking for something. You know, obviously cutting hair is cool, but, you know, that money's going to run out. Why? Because you kind of follow the same regimen that everybody else does. People go to school. It's like a linear income that you're creating right now. Everyone in this room is creating a linear income. Unless you're in Beamer, right? You go to school, you get your grades, and then you go beg. You're not really begging, but you really are putting, you know, your whole life, whatever your college career is, on a piece of paper, and then you're asking for a job, right? The funny thing is, dude, no. How do you build a business, okay? How do you make as much money as you want to make in the worst economy since the Great Depression? You control how much money you allow to make. You bring your value to the workplace. How do you control how much money you want to make? You build a business. It's the only way. That's it. That's it, guys. That's the only way you build. How you build a business at 19 or some of our ages, dead broke, nothing going for you, have no previous business experience, no previous speaking experience, right? Hungover, have nothing going for you. You have to be looking for something, okay? Because if you don't control how much you're allowed to make, the person that's controlling you is never going to pay you what you're worth. And if you complain, guess what? They're just going to fire you and hire somebody else. You're expendable. That's right. So I was looking for something low-key. And in the process, I heard about this kid, Alex Morton, Bryce Maddock, Patrick Homer, right? Bryce Maddock, not that smart, all right? Patrick Homer, okay, had a drug addiction problem, not that smart. Alex Morton, okay, 1.9 GPA average, sleeping on his buddy couch 2 years ago, Arizona State University, got kicked out of dorms. Not that smart, guys. Right. So when I looked at them, and I looked at me, and I looked at my friends, okay, my friends aren't doing nothing. But it wasn't about, you know, what really intrigued me was about the money that they were making. 70 to 100K in less than 12 to 17 months. That's impressive for kids 18 to 25. Yeah. But it really wasn't about that. It was about, you know, they were leading some YPR movement and some energy drink company that I knew nothing about. They were walking different. They were talking different. They weren't doing the dumb stuff that a lot of people hang themselves around. If you hang around people that aren't doing nothing, you're not going to do anything. If you hang around people that are successful and they're going to uplift you and pull you forward like this business does, this vehicle that we're using, guess what? You're going to succeed every single time as long as you don't quit or do anything. Okay? So I swallow my pride like a lot of us need to. Check our ego at the door. Big ego, small bank account. If that's you, raise your hand. If it's not you, then, you know what I'm saying, you probably didn't raise your hand. Okay? So I check my ego at the door. I said, you know what? Let me look into this thing before it gets bigger, which it did. Obviously, look around you. Okay? Got started at night. And the funny thing is this. It wasn't really about, what they were doing, because this thing has already been done before. All right? Think about it. What we're doing, it already happened. It's just never happened with younger people. Mm-hmm. And that intrigued me. That got me excited. How do you attract hardworking, ambitious people? You just become one. That's the only thing. I mean, that's it.
Wow.
Okay? So that's what intrigued me with these younger people. All right? So I asked questions. I got my questions answered. And the funny thing is this business is network marketing. That's it. Okay? Network marketing did $165 billion last year. Okay? Big giant companies like Amway do $12 billion a year. Guess what? The NFL, the NBA did $9 billion.
Wow.
Ladies, okay, there's only a few of you. Mary Kay, you heard of them, $5 billion. David Beckham, Herbalife across his chest, billions upon billions upon billions of dollars these companies are making, right? So I was like, dude, that's crazy. But I really got excited when I heard the story behind Vima that she touched upon. Okay, and I saw what it was doing. Okay, but I really got passionate when I introduced this to my boy that she talked about. Okay, he was drinking the no sugar, right? A month and a half later, blood sugar dropped 160 points, like she said. Regulated, cool. Now my belief level's through the roof. So guess what, guys? If honestly there was no business model behind this, we would naturally already talk about it. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've already talked about it. So this is where it clicked for me, and I realized that I'm going to make millions upon millions upon millions of dollars with this very simple concept. Think about it like this. Our parents grew those companies to the billions without Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Vine, or any type of Tinder, okay, at all, right? To the billions. Like literally stick the thing in the mail, VHS tape, gets to your house about a week later, and then you're trying to build a business off of calling people. This is where it really got innovative. Okay, our company CEO, like she said, took that 2-ounce antioxidant, all right, dropped in the other product, but this is where it really got big. 3 years ago, after that, right? Okay, 3 years ago, what happened was it hit the collegiate demographic and exploded. Yeah. 4,200 college campuses across the nation. Guess what's going to happen? You have so many different kids that's graduating. What do they have? Student loan debt. Yeah. What's applicable to our demographic? Energy drinks. We spend money on caffeine, like Kim said, all the time. Yeah. So now if you take a problem, which is #1 debt in America, and you create a solution with a business model behind it, and you let younger kids create as much money as they want to make, wow. Look what happens, dude. Wow. And that's what we're doing. That's the reason why this vehicle is working so well. So you have to find out why this works for you. I've already made a decision. Some other people like Damon and other people in this business have already made a decision. The reason why this is going to work. You have to make this decision. You have to make this work for you. It's just you and you. That's it. We'll give you tools. We'll give you the resources. We'll show you how this thing works. But you have to really ask yourself this question. What are you going to do in the worst economy, such as the Great Depression, if you don't build a business? Right. And that's where it clicked for me. Facebook. Think about it. Mark Zuckerberg, right? 15 friends in the dorm room. 12 of them say you're dumb, stupid, crazy. Think about it, guys. Any billion-dollar company, those people were told they're dumb, stupid, crazy. Think about it. Steve Jobs, fired. Yeah. Billionaire. Think about it. Bill Gates, billionaire. Think about it. Dumb, stupid, crazy. Yeah. Billion-dollar company. Okay? This is the reason why this company will be a billion-dollar company, because younger people are starting to find the means of that this is working. Okay? 3 friends say, you know what? I don't care what everybody else thinks. It sounds like a good idea. I could probably make this work for me. The people who started this thing weren't that smart. Forbes. They're all on the Forbes list. Would you like your name on the Forbes list just because you said I'll try it?
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you let this opportunity pass you by, cool. A lot of us will drive by you in our cars. CLS 550 company's paying for it. Throw you the deuces. Okay? Because you guys have heard about this in honestly year 10, and guess what? In year 15, everybody that's in this business, right? Everybody that's in this room that's an affiliate will be a millionaire. It's not about when, it's about how many times they did it. Yes. That's it. Yes. It's that simple. Think about it. Kids are moving back home. 78% of them moving back with their parents. 55% of them came to find a job. So that means out of the 16 million kids that graduated, right? 4 million jobs available. 2 million of them didn't even require some type of Education. No piece of paper. You want to talk about a scam?
Yeah.
Biggest scam is the school system.
Yeah.
Think about it. The information that you learn in school is valuable information. And then you get tested on that information, how much you can retain. If you don't get emotionally attached to that information, you're going to forget it.
Yeah.
Think about it. Do you remember algebra in 9th grade? No, dude. Unless you have a kid and you're forced to do it again. 85% of the women that do this business go on to create more money than a lot of the athletes that are dunking basketballs or singing or holding a mic. If you're not the next Justin Bieber, if you're not like Tark likes to say, if you're not the next LeBron James, then guess what? This is probably something you want to look into. Number one highest paid profession in the world, no one knows about it. Second highest paid profession, next professional athletes. Okay? Guys, this is going to be a revolution. And you see this room right here, all African Americans. We do things, we take it, and we flip it, and we do it better. Look at the NBA.
Yeah.
Wow.
We want to take over hockey.
Yeah.
Already got golf. Let's go, Tiger.
Yes.
Tennis, exactly.
Yes.
Think about it.
Right.
Tiger Woods.
Says the
y'all.
entertainer. What says the entertainer doing? He said it's going to be a dude sitting where I sit, trying to find a fight, right?
Yes.
So what we do is we take things and we do it better, guys. But this is what really stuck with me. My grandfather had surgery 2 days ago. He's been on a product, and honestly, I don't know whether to save his life or not, but guess what? He's been taking it, and my mom hit me up all frantic. I said, chill. I talked to my granddad, right? He called me. Actually, my cousin called me. He said, granddad's about to go into surgery. I want you to talk to him. Obviously, there's no belief. I'm cool because I know my grandfather will make it. If he doesn't know, he's going to a better place.
Yeah.
My grandfather basically has taught me everything about everything. And with that connection right here, like with Kim and her dad, I told him that. And I said, keep a positive mindset. He said, you know what, son? You know, this is funny. Every time I talk to my granddad, he always says, I'm doing great. I'm doing well. He's never like, I'm not feeling good. Right? I said, granddad, you're going to make it through. I'm going to talk to you when you get done. He said, you know what? The only thing that you have to have is faith.
That's it.
And that's crazy. I'm going to end it with this. My boy Terrence talks about faith and fear all the time. You can't see either one of them.
That's right.
Faith, fear. If you jump out on fear, guess what? It's negativity. You're probably going to attract that. Everything starts up here, like Kim said. Everything is in your mind. So if you're thinking, oh, I can't do this, oh, it seems like one of those pyramid schemes, oh, I don't have the money, dude, you're just making excuses. Prioritize. If you don't have the money to invest into yourself, then go jump out this window and kill yourself. Sorry. Because honestly, this thing is working. What are you going to do to create this type of income? There's nothing that you can contest. Faith is what we all have jumped out on, and look what it's doing. Look what it's doing around us. We all come together. Okay? Faith and fear. Terrence likes to say it all the time. Guess what? There's an airplane, and we offered you $10 million to jump out with no parachute. Would you do it? Would anyone do it?
No.
Most people wouldn't, right? The funny thing is this. You didn't ask questions. The parachute and the airplane and all that stuff never even left the ground. Okay? So there's 3 types of people in this world, and on this. People that make things happen, watch things happen, and ask what the heck just happened. And a lot of people go to work, go home, go to work, go home, go to work, go home, 40 years of life, and they look around and like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And they try to do something, but it's too late.
Yeah.
Okay? If you like anything that we heard, if you like anything that you heard, get your question answered. You're a B person. Okay? Get your question answered. There's a fighting